Hi. Well, it's pretty dark. I apologise for this, but it's been a super busy day. My oh my, how dark is it already? It's only gone 6 p.m. We're gonna go out, but the town has been in the news, in the national news that is, lately, and we'll get to that in a bit as well. It's quite a sad story, to be honest with you. So let's go there. It's daytime now, and no, I haven't been driving for the last 12 hours until morning. I went to the village last night and I got some terrible clips. It was too dark, and I thought, you know what? I want this video to be good, to be proper, and I want to really show you this village in its full glory, shall we say. So, I've decided to go back during the daytime. Unfortunately, it's raining, but hey ho, we can't have it always. And I've enlisted the help of Nick from the YouTube channel The Moons. Link in description. I'll put it at the end of the video as well, so you can go and show Nick some love. But for now, the task at hand is to get to this village, have a look around, and I'll actually tell Nick and you the story of what transpired back in June of this year. Okay, we've made it to the village, and there's actually an old Renault garage up here. Renault being a French car brand. If the cameraman, Nick, you want to kindly show that garage, because that garage there, I believe, has some significance to the story that I'm going to tell. I'm not going to stop in front of it, but yeah, okay, that is the garage. I just saw a kind of a picture paying respects to someone who is sadly no longer with us, and well, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened once we get to the centre of this beautiful village. We're approaching the centre of town. Oh, speed bumps galore. Quaint little village, lovely church of course, and you wouldn't imagine that anything uncouth would be going on here. Oh, and here's the centre of town. Yeah, we're just going to go over this bridge. In fact, let's find a place to park. Plenty of parking here. Yeah, let's go down here a little bit, and we'll have a nice look at the river. Oh yeah, nice bit of parking here. Perfect. Right, so here we are. The name of the village is Cheyenne, and yeah, it's a pretty little village. We're here right in the centre right now, or just here, and we came from there, I believe, somewhere like that.
So like walking distance to the chateau?
It's a few kilometres from the chateau. This is the closest village when you go south, so it's not far at all, because there's a big forest that separates us, which also has something to do with this story. So let's try and find some shelter, and we'll tell you what happened this summer. Look at this beautiful French village. Look at that, the river's flowing, lovely little bridge there. Got a nice walkway on the bridge as well. This is nice, and in fact, under that house, there's a bit of shelter, and I think we can access that. So let's go there and tell this story. So back in June of this year, this village was the site of a very unfortunate chain of events which made the national news, and it was the talk of the whole region, the whole country, let alone just this town. So to set the scene, there was a prisoner who was locked up in Orne, that's a little bit north of here. He was locked up for attempted murder of his partner. So not a very pleasant chap, if I may say so myself. And he had ties to this village. I don't know what it was exactly. But anyway, this gentleman was on day release, which means he was let out of prison for 1 day in order to do some administrative paperwork. Maybe renew an ID card or something like that, I'm not sure. But anyway, I just know he was on day release. He was supposed to report back the very same day, which he didn't do. Which means he's now an escaped fugitive on the run. Well, unfortunately, the ex-partner of another prisoner was found strangled in her home. Not in this village, somewhere else in the region. I don't know where exactly. But we're coming to this village now because the fugitive then made his way to this very village, and he was, well, he didn't do nice things here. He attempted to strangle a young lady in her home when she come across him. He had broken in, of course, and fortunately he was interrupted by a member of the public. That's all I could get from reading the news articles online. But the story doesn't end there. So after that he ran off, of course, into the forest, which is kind of neighbouring, bordering this village. And that forest is connected to, well, it's very close to the Chateau Bamenyo. So we were on high alert as well, in a sense. It was quite a nerve-wracking time, if I'm honest with you. But eventually, unfortunately, the Renault garage that we drove past earlier, well, the former mechanic of the village, he was found strangled, and of course no one, you know, he was murdered. Very hard to say. And the gentleman, well, the dishonourable gentleman, he then stole the mechanic's car, and that's the reason why he did what he did, just for a car. And then he drove all the way down to the city of Angers, the outskirts, where he then burned out the car to try and cover his tracks. And he was eventually caught because he stole the lunch of a worker who was renovating a school at the time, and that's when the police managed to track him down and catch him. But yeah, I just wanted to tell this story because, you know, it just goes to show that bad things happen even in this idyllic part of the world. You know, it's quiet, it's quaint, it's beautiful. There's not much crime that happens here in rural France. But it just goes to show that evil can come knocking at your door. And yeah, very unfortunate series of events that transpired here. And one more thing, the mechanic, who sadly passed away in this instance, he was talking to a neighbour that very same morning where he sadly lost his life, and he wasn't aware that there was an escaped fugitive. And when the neighbour showed a photo of said fugitive, well, the mechanic said, "I've seen him twice already in the village, walking around my garage, near my garage." So, yeah, it's very sad series of events. Hey, you don't know what life's got in store for you. So I just wanted to share that little story because, yeah, there you go. I'm lost for words. I'm still shocked now, and it's months later. So, yeah. There you have it. Now you're up to date with the story that transpired just down the road in the summertime. As the crow flies, it's just a few miles away, and of course it was a little bit worrying. There was a very strong police presence throughout the region, but especially locally. So yeah, we saw multiple police cars every day, of course, patrolling because, well, it's an escaped fugitive, so not great. I hesitated to share this story, and I've just edited what you've just watched. And even now I think, shouldn't I post this? So if you're watching this, I guess I decided to post it in the end. And my reasoning to share this story is, as mentioned, it's to show you that, of course, bad things happen everywhere in the world and no place is perfect and life isn't fair. What can I say? But also, my heart does go out to the victims in this situation who had the misfortune of coming across this fugitive, this person. And yeah, truly, I feel like it hits home because it is so close, so nearby, and anyone could have stumbled upon this person. He could have ended up in anyone's house, and that's how those two people who sadly lost their lives, that's how they came across him. He was in their house looking for car keys. That's from what I believe from the story. So there's a few other things I want to say. So first of all, the information that I gathered was online from various news sources. So if I have made a small mistake with regards to the details, I apologise. But the core concept of the story is definitely correct. And also, I mean no offence by sharing a story like this. I know it is something that's when you know, when there's how can I say it? I don't usually share things like this, let's just say that. But because it's close to home and yeah, I don't know, something's telling me I should share this with the world. And of course it is coming from a place of respect for the victims and their loved ones, of course. So I don't mean any disrespect at all by sharing this. I just think it should be known, and the people who lost their lives should, of course, be remembered fondly. Because, for example, the mechanic, who was 72 years old, he's gone through life, lived a happy, fulfilling life, I'm sure. And for his life to be snatched away like this in such a manner, it truly is tragic. And of course, you know, I like to critique the French authorities when I have the chance. And I think in this instance, the prison who allowed a violent offender to be freed on day release without being accompanied in any way, shape or form, or monitored or tagged, I think this is ridiculous, of course. He should never have been freed in the first place. And I don't know for how long he was locked up for. I believe it was 4 or 5 years. Now, I could be wrong, but it was a number of years. But he was inside for attempted murder on his partner. So why on earth would you think it's appropriate to let someone out, even for the day? That's crazy to me. I did believe I read another part of an article where the prison staff, the prison itself, they released some information saying that he was he didn't do anything wrong while in prison. You know, he was a model prisoner, I guess you could say. And well, that's not really an excuse to let out a violent offender, is it? But hey ho, the damage has been done. And may he remain bolted up for the rest of his days, of course. So that's the story. One last thing, minor detail. I do apologise for any audio issues or visual issues during the filming of this. It was, of course, raining today, so I didn't take the big camera with me because of the rain. So I took a smaller camera. So that's why the quality is a little bit different. But there you go. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.